saw that the original Life is Strange was finally getting a proper sequel. No, I'm not talking about any of those ones. I'll play them when I get to it, or more likely I'll probably just play the first one again. Well, let me start over.
It's the Britt Rochelle Show. Do 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 do. That's me.
When I heard Life is Strange was finally getting a proper sequel, I was stoked. The original game was so great. It had a really simple but profound concept. What if hipsters actually had to do something? It was fun, it was intriguing, and it commanded my attention the entire way through. Life is Strange Double Exposure is the first official follow-up that actually stars Max Caulfield. And it's years later. No one knows exactly how many, but you can assume at least 10, because she's no longer a student, but a visiting professor at a new college in the Pacific Northwest. And at first, that's a great concept. Enough time has passed between the two games. It allows new players to get in without having to play the first game. And speaking of which, Chloe, her best friend in the first game, is completely absent. But even that's explained through a dialogue choice that it doesn't spoil the game, but it also, if you did play the original game, it doesn't negate whatever decision you made at the end. So it really just hits the ground running. And then it completely trips before it even hits the finish line.
Selfie! We're gonna be friends forever.
The new Life is Strange game really does go in a good direction. Max is in a new environment with new friends on a new adventure until her friend is tragically shot in the face and becomes Schrodinger's bitch, introducing a whole new set of powers. No, time travel has not been a thing in Max's life for years, ever since the end of the first game, when she tragically loses or doesn't lose her best friend.
Don't do it! Don't jump! I'm sorry I didn't snoop through your bedroom! Well, you should have!
But now she can time jump into one timeline. Wait. I can't do that anymore. Damn. Now you time jump into one timeline where your best friend is dead and you're solving her murder. Or another timeline where she's not dead and everything's just kind of fine.
Oh no! The Twinkie assistant of my dead friend's mom? Or the hot lesbian I met at the coffee shop? Who will I choose?
I guess if she would have just stayed in that timeline, the game only would have been 2 episodes long. So there's gotta be a mystery! There's an Abraxas society and a killer on the loose. But none of that really ever circles back to anything, and
wow. What a set of years this has been. I can't believe I have left Arcadia Bay, and now I'm student teaching? Life really is strange, isn't it? Wonder if I'm gonna go to that coffee shop today. I don't know if I'm in the mood for coffee, though. Maybe I'll just see my friend Sophie. I'm sure she's okay, right?
what was the point of this game again?
You're never gonna get away with this! I'm telling everyone what you did!
So you really like the intensity and the intrigue and the hard, gut-wrenching decisions you had to make in the second game, huh? Absolutely none of that is here.
This campus is so big, but it has its own coffee shop, so That's pretty awesome. I wonder if they have Belgian waffles.
After the big Chloe decision, everything just kinda happens and doesn't matter. The decisions in the first game were a literal matter of life and death, and this one, one of the big decisions you have to make is whether or not you want to sit down and stare at the sky for 20 minutes, contemplating your life.
Wow. That's a nice bird. What if I was a bird in another life? Would I fly away or stay home?
These had the opportunity to be some kind of cool, world-building, character-enhancing thoughts and feelings, but I mostly skipped those decisions because I just felt like a big waste of time. You literally sit there until you decide not to.
This coffee's really good. Wonder if I should go dark roast next time. No, I'll get way too hyper-caffeinated if I do that. A light roast with some vanilla and lots of cream. Yep, that's my perfect cup of coffee.
Yay, fun gameplay. Like early in the game, when you meet a member of the mysterious Abraxas Society, kind of trying to harken back to the Vortex Club of the first game, the Abraxas Society wants to build up to something but really doesn't go anywhere. Like the member you meet is just kind of trying to solve this puzzle that has to do with a landmark on the school, making you think there's some deep conspiracy going on. And I went through it, I solved the puzzle, but then it doesn't ever come up again, and the Abraxas Society is just some kind of school function that one of the side characters is vying to be the new leader of. Neat. While some of the character interactions are genuinely intriguing, like when you're trying to comfort your dead friend's mom in her office because, well, she's the head of the school, but her daughter just died, so she's trying to juggle press and her own emotions. That stuff, genuinely intriguing. The intensity of the game really starts strong as who murdered your friend? Why is she just kind of sneaking around? She's got a book deal? Where'd that go? Why didn't she tell you about it? There's a lot of little puzzle pieces and breadcrumbs leading up to something really neat. And there's a really voracious detective that's just on your case when he decides that you are the prime suspect in your best friend's murder. And man, is he real on your ass when suddenly, due to a breakdown in your time jumping powers, he just kind of gets Thanos snapped out of existence. And this never gets brought up again or investigated further. Real empathetic of you, Max. I wonder how our time jump travels would work on a date. Sup, Daddy?
What you just called me?
Shit, Oh yeah, I haven't done that in a while. Excuse me for a minute.
Okay. Howdy.
Well, hello there, good sir. Nice to meet you. Maybe we just don't do that. You can't rewind in this game. Don't worry, if the lack of intensity was still too much for you, this game introduces optional trigger warnings for events that might happen in the game, but ultimately probably won't. The most intense part of the game, the aforementioned Thanos snapping of a actually pretty well-meaning detective, it gets completely neutered after episode 3, and the last 2 episodes are just a railroady trek to a twist ending that really doesn't matter and tries way too hard to justify its title. It doesn't matter! None of this stupid stuff even matters! Oh yeah, it's called double exposure because, hey, good news, Max is a successful photographer. She really just made it in the world. And you can take pictures throughout the game. And you can double expose them to make them look kind of cool or weird, I guess. And it teases that this is a cool, neat, awesome mechanic, but it really doesn't kick in until episode 5. And again, it's really, cannot stress enough how shoehorned in this is. When your best friend turns out to have, powers and the double exposures, the only way to get her to stop possessing your friends. Yeah. Some of the decisions in this game were questionable at best and stupid at worst, just completely stupid. And maybe there are some decisions that I didn't make in the game that would have affected things, like whether or not the detective survives. But trigger warning, I don't care. Those last 2 episodes were so trash I don't even want to replay the game again and find out. Life is Strange Double Exposure. I'm gonna give that 3 out of 5 peaches. Because the first 3 bites were juicy, delicious, and made me want to eat more. And then the last 2 bites just sorely disappointed me. I think there's a worm in there or something. Did you play Life is Strange Double Exposure? How many of the Life is Strange games have you played? I hope you let me know on all my socials. They're all right here at BrittRochelle.com and BrittRochelle.card.co. Got Twitter, Instagram. I live stream these games on Twitch, so if you want to see me play them before the review comes out, turn on your notifications. And as always, thank you so much for watching, and stay peachy. Holy Mother of God. Finally understand what this picture means.
You